Hello everyone, I am Priya Tiwari from Manit Bhopal and my research starts with a simple question. What if the strength of a steel part depends not just on how it is treated, but simply on how big it is? Imagine heating two steel rods, one thin and one thick, to the same high temperature and then cooling them. The thin one cools quickly while the thick one cools slowly. This difference changes the way the steel's internal structure forms, creating what we call microstructure gradient, meaning that the different parts of the same component can have different mechanical properties. In industries, this sometimes even causes premature failure. So my goal was to understand and control this problem. Many steel parts, like gears and automotive shafts, go through a special heat treatment called tempering where a hot steel is cooled in a salt bath to form a tough and strong structure known as bainite. But during this process, a small amount of another phase called retinosinite also remains in the steel. This retinosinite is interesting. In the right amount, it improves toughness, but if it is too much, the steel becomes softer. And here's the catch. The amount of retinosinite depends strongly on how fast or slow the part cools, which in turn depends on its size. To study this, I carried out heat treatment experiments on medium carbon high silicon cylindrical steel samples of different diameters but same length. Each sample was heated to 1000 degrees Celsius and then cooled in the salt bath at 350 degrees Celsius. That's the Oz-tempering process. From SEM and XRD results, I observed something very clear. Larger samples cooled more slowly, forming less bainite and more retinosinite at their cores. This made the core softer than the edges, showing a clear hardness gradient. These results matched what industries often observed in large parts. To predict this behavior, I developed a mathematical heat transfer model using MATLAB and JMATPRO. The model captured how temperature changes inside the sample during cooling, confirming that the larger section size means slower cooling and more retained austenite. The next big question I asked was, can we predict this even before manufacturing? To answer that, I combined my experimental data with published results and trained a machine learning model using the random forest algorithm in Python. This model predicts the amount of retinosine based on steel composition, diameter, and heat treatment conditions with R square of 0.98, saving both time and cost. In short, my work connects metallurgy, heat transfer modeling, and machine learning to make steel processing more reliable, consistent, and efficient. If you'd like to know more, you can read my published papers listed on a slide. As I like to summarize it, predict before you process. Thank you.